332 turbo rebuild upgrade. Day 5, I think it is. Working remote. So this was something I was certainly not looking forward to based on other people's feedback. This is the genuine John Deere rear hydraulic kit. It's all hard lines, one single line from the couplers all the way to the valve. All kinds of crazy bends. People have said this is really tough to get installed. The aftermarket kit, I believe, is rubber lines, which obviously allows you to just kind of bend and flex wherever you want. I could see this being really bad with the drive shaft and the rear end and the hydro pump and all that stuff in there. At least with it out, I got quite a bit of free space in that area to fish these lines through. It does look really nice once it's on there. I mean, everything's routed right up against the frame rails. Nothing sticking out to get caught, so maybe it's worth it. I'm not done yet, so I'll find out, but kind of see how it loops over the fuel line or frame rails, all the hoses down there, the control valve, and then it does a big U on the bottom. So these two, I'll call them gold brass colored T's get installed, which means you need to get the other lines out of the way, put some bend in them. These are all tapered fittings, but you got to get everything lined back up so they seal properly and get the nuts started. So they don't really say it in the instructions, but there's definitely a bunch of bending and tweaking. It's real thin lines, so it bends halfway decent without any tools, but lots of struggling. The other thing that's kind of a problem, and I am not entirely sure how this all works, is you got to get a wrench on all this stuff. And this top one is tucked way up in there. Just gonna get it here. Yeah, there we go. Gotta see where the oil's dripping there, but it's way up in there, so I don't know. Maybe I'll have to take it all apart again, just do the top one, and then redo the bottom one. It's all loose right now. You know, I'm gonna need to potentially bend the lines a little more to get clearance. They say they shouldn't be touching anything because they can wear through, so it's just a lot of little Mickey Mousing around. Again, if they're rubber lines, they just kind of go where they want. You zip tie them in and be done with it. So, don't know, but always nice to have OEM parts on your tractor if you can. So, gonna see what I can do, make it work. I'm sure it'll get there eventually. I'm actually thinking I might have to get some cheapy Harbor Freight wrenches and grind them down to get up into a few spots. The normal wrenches are pretty wide to get in these tight areas, so we'll see how that goes, but at least I got everything mocked up to the point where it all threads on for the most part. It's in the tractor. I know the sequence of taking it out and putting it in now, so we'll get there. Gonna walk away from it for today and come back with some fresh energy. So I'm gonna keep doing these videos. It's not a huge update each day. I don't have a ton of time, but I'll document the entire process as I can all the way to the end. So please subscribe to see all the updates.